Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. Kelowna is finally getting an IKEA. Kind of. A very exciting announcement coming from IKEA Canada that Kelowna will be getting a new plan and order point, which is set to open in 2026 as the second such location in BC, 16th in Canada. If you're unfamiliar, a plan and order point allows people to make one-on-one appointments with IKEA experts at this location to plan, design, and purchase home furnishings for any room in their house, then place an order to have those IKEA products either delivered to their homes or sent to the plan and order point for pickup. It will also have a limited number of smaller IKEA products, say kitchen gadgets, jars and glassware, stuff like that, to purchase in the store and take home immediately. The appointments at the store for bigger purchases are free, and delivery was recently reduced from $39 to $19. You can also get an IKEA expert to your house for planning and measuring for bigger kitchen products. That comes with a cost of $129. The IKEA Canada plan and order point will be open at 1500 Banks Road, right near Montana's there, in the spring. So something to be very excited about. Construction will soon begin on a $16 million transitional housing project in Rutland after the City of Kelowna approved the building permit this week. One of two new rental buildings set to go up on Neller Road within a 2-block radius. This one will rise 4 stories off the ground and contain 43 units along with 33 parking spots and 44 bike stalls. It'll have amenities like an indoor lounge and common room, playroom, outdoor playground, rooftop patio with furniture, outdoor kitchen, and community garden planters. The building will be operated by the Okanagan Métis and Aboriginal Housing Society as a transitional supportive housing development. That group also operates 2 other adjacent buildings and will add a 4th to the portfolio when the future Neller Road building gets its own building permit and is constructed in the near future. City officials were on hand to break ground on the much-needed Joanna's House expansion project on Wednesday. Construction will now begin on the addition of 10 new family rooms to the facility, boosting the current number of 20 rooms by 50%. Joanna's House director Darlene Haslock says it is much needed, as 1,300 families have been turned away from the crucial service simply because of a lack of space. She says when a loved one is in hospital, every family deserves the comfort, a place of comfort, rest, and compassion. It's meant for families, if you're unfamiliar with Joanna's House, meant for families outside the central Okanagan when their loved one is in the hospital. That makes up around 25% of patients spending extended time at KGH. Despite having turned away 1,300 people, the facility has welcomed thousands of families from 308 BC interior towns and cities since opening 6 years ago. Mayor Tom Dias was bullish on what this expansion means for the community, and it was made possible thanks to a huge boost from 2 donors who contributed $100,000 to the project. Kelowna City Council is preparing for the annual Union of BC Municipalities Convention in Victoria later this month and has a few priorities outlined for the annual event. Council will be advocating for a regional compassionate mandatory care facility, also increasing the number of local Crown prosecutors in the Kelowna office by 5, a new transit operations center and the electrification of the city's bus fleet, the Clement Avenue multimodal corridor expansion, and finally, the continued Kelowna Airport expansion for economic development. Kelowna has 6 confirmed meetings scheduled with 6 different provincial ministers to advocate for these priorities. Council members at the UBCM can also vote on 276 resolutions submitted by other municipalities. While Kelowna has submitted resolutions in the past, the city did not this year. The UBCM runs from September 22nd through 26th in the BC capital. It is time to get that bread. And by bread, I mean money, courtesy of Canada's $500 million bread price-fixing settlement. The claim process now open in the approved settlement involving Loblaw and its parent company, George Weston. Anyone 18 years or older who purchased packaged bread between the start of 2001 and the end of 2021, a 20-year span, is eligible to submit a claim to get their share of the hundreds of millions of dollars available. No proof of purchase is necessary. While claims are open until December 12th, don't expect to get any kind of payment until later in 2026, and it'll only be around $25. More information on all this and links to submit your claim available in the story at KelownaNow.com. All right, finishing up, a quick look at the forecast. Sunny and 29 degrees in Kelowna right now, getting down to 13 overnight under clear skies. More sunshine on tap for Friday with a high of 28 degrees. That is it. That is all for me on this fine Thursday, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more once again over at KelownaNow.com. Also check out the Now Media YouTube, TikTok, and X accounts for plenty of more content. Have a fantastic night. I'll be back here tomorrow for a one last look at headlines this week. We'll see you then.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.